My name is Noella Kiwatila, and I will be talking about pieces created by Magnus, Zeller, and Max Beckmann. As I stepped into LACMA, a rush of memories returned to me. In elementary school, my fourth grade teacher loved art, and she made my peers and I love it too. We visited LACMA every Thursday for the full school year just to learn about art and create art ourselves. It was a great experience, and I plan on organizing this for my future students. Visiting LACMA as a child opened my eyes. The art shown then versus now is very different, and I love that I was able to experience the new pieces of today. Two specific pieces were still there, and I was happy about it, but I only caught a picture of one of them. Entering the museum, I was unsure of exactly what to capture. I took videos and pictures of different pieces that stood out to me, but it was hard to decide on two to talk about. Besides having an actual reason to be there, I do plan on continuing to visit more museums in the future. Thank you for giving us this assignment, Professor Wood. I had a great time going to LACMA. The pieces I have decided to speak on are The Orator by Magnus Zeller and The Bar Brown by Max Beckmann. But before I get to that, I will be going through what I saw. LACMA is a very beautiful museum. They have many pieces that are interesting to look at. I didn't get the names of some of these pieces, but it was great to see. There's one specific piece that really caught my eye, and I felt like these pieces were focused on events that happened over the course of many years, and it really focused on what happened to Blacks back in the day and Hispanics. And I just loved how the artists created the painting, and I loved that they created this sculpture, and like it was a bridge, and within this sculpture it just showed the different events that happened throughout the years. The years weren't really specified, but if you know like history in regards to what happened to Hispanics and Blacks many years ago, then you would understand like the different years and the timeline that was shown. Okay, as we go on to Magnus Zeller, he was born on August 9th, 1988 in Mansfield, Germany. He was known for creating semi-abstract still life genre, nude figures, and animal paintings. He came of age at the end of the World War I. Artists like him believed they would play an important role in building a better society. In The Orator, Zeller portrays the religious dimension of modern politics, which incites devotion in its followers. Looking at this painting shows people praising the person on stage. Zeller probably felt like that was how people during this time looked at their leaders. Despite what was being said or done, they had someone they praised and looked up to. According to the LACMA label, the charismatic speaker, more preacher than politician, may have been inspired by the communist leader Karl Liebknecht, who Zeller saw in Berlin. Karl was a German socialist leader that then became a lawyer. He was imprisoned for advocating the overthrow of the government. He played the leading role in forming the German Communist Party. Within a year of this, he was shot while running away from an arrest. This was what inspired Zeller to create this painting. This painting portrayed the people rooting for their spokesperson and praising him for what he stood for. Before finding out the meaning behind it, the image truly scared me. I thought the person on stage was stealing everyone's soul in the crowd, but luckily that was not the case. Zeller did an excellent job with The Orator, especially knowing the reasoning behind the painting. Max Beckmann, also from Germany, born on February 12, 1884, in Leipzig, Germany. He peppered his paintings with fragments of myths, Bible stories, and opaque allegories, often interspersed with scenes and figures from his life. He was born in 1884 and passed away in 1950. After being received recognition for his historical paintings and portraits, the course of his life and art shifted after the outbreak of the World War I. In the 1930s, the National Socialist Press began to attack Beckmann's work. Soon after Hitler was appointed Chancellor of Germany, he was dismissed from his teaching position at Frankfurt's Stadel Art School, and all of his paintings were removed from Berlin National Gallery. Based on research and what I have noticed about his paintings overall, his paintings depicted human experiences. Some also reflected the social and political climate of his time. He also explored the themes of human relationships and what life was like during World War II, like the one I will be talking about. The piece Bar Brown was painted during the dark days of the war. The painting showed him and his wife and other people forced into an uncomfortable proximity. It was a claustrophobic composition, further compressed by the painting's narrow frame. This painting is a great example of what life was like for Beckmann. Despite what was going on around him and his wife stayed together through it all. Life during World War II was not great for him and many other people. Just by the look on both of their faces, you can tell they were terrified. Their faces showed so much emotion that anyone could connect with it and feel the feelings they felt in that moment. The way he holds on to his wife says a lot about their relationship. The love for one another was there and it was very clear. I love to be able to feel something from a painting because you could tell an artist put a lot into it. In 1947, Beckmann was able to immigrate to America and was able to teach in St. Louis and New York. He often told his students, work a lot, simplify, use a lot of colors, and make the painting more personal. His goal for all of his paintings was for it to be personal. He wanted it to come from real life experiences and for it to mean something. This is where I feel why he and Zeller connect. Besides them both being from Germany, they lived through these wars and their inspirations came from it as well. It is great to see the different perspectives and situations that had come to life through their work. The line, color, and light in both paintings are a little different. When we look at Zeller's, the orator, we notice a range of colors happening. Most of the colors are light to me, and I can tell he used brush strokes to get the mix of colors in the crowd to look together. The lighting here is dark, but you can tell that the main light was shining on stage. When we look at Beckmann's Bar Brown, it was mainly dark colors. The lines were precise and the light was very dim. You can tell that there is darkness coming from this painting without even reading its description. Beckmann did a great job at depicting the darkness with the colors he used to complete this. Through research, I could not find the reviews on these paintings, but I hope people would think it was just as great as I thought they were. In conclusion, I had a great time visiting LACMA after so many years. I did not think going to a museum alone would be as fun as it was for me. Spending the time alone really to soak in the artwork in the museum did me well. I would highly recommend those who have not been there to make a visit.